This is John Doe fascist. They say America is ruled by secret meetings by people you don't know. Maybe they're right. It's not a conspiracy theory podcast. Just simple people with simple ideas. Everything else is up to you. I am here to talk about censorship, control, and what forces run the universe. The social, the political, and the spiritual. So, how's it going? How you people doing? Many of you people are going to be voting for Donald Trump soon. And I'm not going to change that. I know I'm not going to change that. But do me a favor. Just look up these two things. Trump University and look up his charities. You think he cares about the people? You think he's telling the truth? You think, oh, Hillary's a liar, she's crooked? Okay, that might be true. Sure it is. She's a politician. They're all fucking liars. They're all crooked. And guess what? That includes him. Like I said, look it up. You don't think he's crooked? You don't think he's fucking lying? Look it up. Look at and don't just look up the articles and they're all gonna say, yeah, you're gonna find them, and they're all gonna say, hey, you know, least charitable billionaire in America, the university, oh yeah, that was a scam. You're gonna find all that. You're gonna find interviews of people who say, yeah, he had a lot of money. You're gonna find all that stuff. Of course you are. Just look it up. It's not hard. It's there. It's easy to find. You'll get it. But also look up his interviews. Just do a comparison. Look up old interviews with Donald Trump. Then look up the counterparts to those. The new interviews. And, you know, in his old interviews, he says, oh yeah, you know, Trump University, it's gonna do good things. I handpicked the people, all that. Then you find out later, oh, I had nothing to do with that. Yeah, now he has nothing to do with that. And it works because no one's gonna check into it, or they're like, oh, well, that's just a blah blah. Just look it up yourself. Look up his interview, fine, from his mouth, what he used to say. It's amazing too. There's flip flopping, sure, but this is not even flip flop. This is in your face, lying, cover up. Sure, they all do it, okay, but this is that rare opportunity where there's no ambiguity. You don't have to like be like, oh, well, probably I saw this, and that, and then like, you know, that contradictory. No, there's no contradictory things here. There's no ambiguity. This is stuff that's right there in front of your face. You go look it up, and it's obvious. You can see it. So do it. Look it up before you decide. And I'm not saying vote for anybody. I'm not saying vote for Hillary. I'm not saying don't vote for Hillary. I'm not saying anything like that. You just know what you're getting into and know who the person is. And it's amazing because you never get to know who the person is. But this is one way you can actually really get a pretty good idea who this fucking guy is. Alright? So do it. Take advantage of it. Look at it. Alright? And I know you're gonna walk out like me and go, well, most likely walk out like me and be like, wow, this sucks. I thought I was ever on the Donald Trump bandwagon, but because I wasn't. But it's so obvious that no one is good, right? I mean, there was Bernie Sanders. People liked him. Good pass, nothing. You know, they were never really able to bring up any dirt. You know, there was no digging dirt on him. All right, and he's been in Congress a long fucking time, so they had plenty of time to dig dirt on him. They just couldn't find it. Alright, so the good thing about him was no matter what side you were on, you understood that this was who he really was. This is what he stood for, and you understand it. There was no doubt. Anybody's mind, everybody believed it. The only thing was, some people said, "Oh, he's even more that way than we know." That was only, may or may not be true, but it doesn't matter at this point, does it? So, I held off. I was going to do this, well, Monday. I'll talk Monday. So I'm like, all right, I'll do it Monday. I'm gonna do a kind of a precursor to what most of the podcast is gonna be. I mean, I'll probably still do some stuff by myself, but I have a friend who's interested. I have my sister. I'm gonna do some stuff with them. A lot of it just discussions, open discussions about different topics. But I didn't do anything Sunday. Not because they weren't, because I was gonna do some by myself because I wanted to do it and get my own vibe and feel and put some stuff out there maybe that it might help to be able to just streamline it without an interruption. So I was gonna do it Sunday, or Monday. I was gonna do it Monday, and then Sunday happened. Orlando, and normally, you watch the news. It sucks. It's terrible. There's horrible things happen, and you don't, you just feel a little bleak about it, and then you move on. Which essentially is what I did, but I don't know. It hit me a little harder this time because it's just like, again. I know you all say that, and everyone's saying that again, and that's what it is. Eventually, you're gonna have this visual reaction, and I'm not lying. I cried. I did. I haven't cried in a long time. I hate to see it. It's just, it was one of those nights, not just that, where that happened, and then. Initially my reaction was like, just kind of trucking through it, and then the Monday night, I just kind of lost my shit, and everything started hitting me. Not just that. All sorts of people that you cared about who died. You think about those people, and you think about this, you think about that. God damn, the world fucking sucks, and it's just like, oh well, this is it. This is the world that we are in now. This is the world we live in, and that's what's normal. It's normal. We all kind of worked out. Oh yeah, when this shit happens, this is how I'm gonna feel, and this is what I'm gonna say, right? And, you're hearing this a lot too. That we have a script, and it's on. It's on. It was on. Very quickly. Not a lot of time to be like, oh man, God, this is, just be sad about it, and just say, man, this sucks. No, just about immediately, it went right back to politics. Politics as usual. It's like fuck, it's almost like it didn't even happen, or it happened in in the way that, dog shat on your rug kind of way, Yeah, dog took a dump on the rug. This is my reaction to that. We're gonna have to, get a new rug. I don't think because we can't clean it. Just, fuck it. Forget that. That dream is over. We cannot clean that out. It's gone. We're throwing away the rug. The rug's gone. All right. So, what do we do now? I guess we're buying a new rug. That's about our response. not day to day, people I know, like, they're fed up. They don't want to, when something like that happens, you don't want to see politics right off the bat. Eventually, fine, let's talk about it, of course. But let's can we just be sad? Just for, a couple days? No, no, no. That's not happening. So, I was going to talk about something else too. I'm not gonna spend a lot of time. I'm not gonna really get into the obvious topic, the one, guns, of course. And it's not because I'm from Texas. I live in Louisiana, and I don't know why it's not popular down here. For this band, it's not anti-gun, but they're gonna call it that. If I bring up a nuanced argument and I bring up gun laws and what might be a good idea, and some of it's just enforcing it with God, which we suck at, and apparently we can't be really clear on what they are either and how they work, because I've been hearing about loopholes in gun shows and buying guns without license that way. I've heard about this, and then someone's, and then I've had someone recently, a friend of mine, come to me and tell me, oh, that doesn't exist. Well, a lot of people seem to think it does. A lot of people who've had plenty of time to look into this, who've been to gun shows, because I've seen them at the gun shows talking to people. I've seen a lot of things, and saying that, yeah, you can do it that way. And she said, well, no, the only way around it was to, just like buy it from a friend or something, or whoever, I guess go Craigslist or something, and buying it that way. And I think probably with the gun show, what I would think is it may depend on which one you're going to and what they define as a gun show, because whether there is one there, I can see where a loophole could, just from that fact, Well, first off, there's no mandate for police officers or anything like that, okay? There's not. You don't have to have one. You probably should, because you have a bunch of guns, and some of them might be crazy people. So, it would be a good idea to have it, I would think, but you don't have to. So, what you do there, it's not a store, so they don't have to follow this, it's not a store. It's a different situation, right? It's not a store. So, I imagine a lot of the rules that the stores have to follow, you probably don't have to follow at a gun show. I don't know. I imagine there's some wiggle room there, possibly. Again, don't know. Don't quote me on this. And to me, it's really kind of irrelevant, anyways. I mean, it's not completely irrelevant, right? But the main point, I guess, I'm getting at is I'm not talking about this. That's my main point. I'm not gonna get into this because I know it's gonna stir shit up, and I don't know a lot about it, to be honest. I've watched some things, I've heard things. I think there should be laws. I don't think people should have automatic weapons. And oddly enough, Bill O'Reilly actually said that, yeah, we should ban those type of weapons, the semi-automatic rifles, the stuff they use at those things, the massacres, those things. Yeah. Yeah, we should now, which was shocking to me. I did not expect that to come from him, but it did. Stephen Colbert, watch it. It was actually an interesting interview, but he does say that. He also says that we should have stricter like a, no fuck around policy. But you break a gun law, then like, what do you say? Oh, if you let's say you rob a store, a liquor store, or whatever, you'll rob a store, and you use a gun, and he said 10 years. You should get 10 years for the gun, and then of course whatever other state laws. Yeah, that's what he said. Like all gun laws should be federal. That's what he said. And it's interesting. Again, I did not expect that from him, and I agree with them. I think that's great. Make gun laws federal laws, just like that. So, and make it steep penalties. I am 100% fine. That's really the main thing that I think about. I agree with. Is definitely that. Of course, background checks. And I think most reasonable people would say, yeah, definitely background checks. But there are a few people. And what they gotta understand is, and this really bothers me. It's like, okay, you think criminals? Dude, we're not talking about professional criminals. Alright, we know that. We understand that. Although it's still, we should make it kind of hard for them. Alright, you really need the gun right this minute. You can't wait a couple weeks. Oh, for Christ's sake, that's ridiculous. Okay, right? It's again, I don't want to get into this too much, but definitely background check. I mean, most reasonable people will say, yeah, we definitely should. But the main point that people are trying to prevent from getting guns, and all has to do with mental health, and that's true. It is, because right now the mental health state is despicable. It's embarrassing, really. It is. It's embarrassing. So. Um, the prison, that should not be the main facility handling our mental health problems. And it is right now. Jails and prisons and correctional facilities. Yeah, that's you have crazy people. They're not doctors, they're not trained professionals. No. They're cops, they're, wardens, people like that. So, anyways, those are what we're trying to stop. So, if someone's about to snap, or someone's at that point where they are, like they just, right? Those are the people we want to help stop. Okay? They do exist. Just because you bring up one dude, it's like, oh, he planned this, and blah, 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 blah. Or this guy planned it, they had these guns forever. Well, okay, fine. We may or may not be able to stop those people. So, the harder you make it, those are the people that's going to affect. The harder it is for them to get the gun is going to affect how they do things. And I'd rather than go nuts and stab a couple people and then get taken down, that's where if you had a gun or that's where you could actually do something, and prevent a lot more life. So now you got more than one avenue to go down to prevent this. Okay, I don't know why that's not important to these people. Why they don't think that matters. No one's taking away the guns. We're not saying take away the gun. Okay, you still have your gun, but let's just make it a little more difficult for crazy people. You still get yours. Okay, you may have to wait 2 weeks. Holy fucking shit! I know the world's gonna end, but it'll be fine. Alright? This is important. Okay? And 2 weeks on top of that, if you were like, if you could just walk around there like, I'm gonna go, whoever, normal person, for the most part, a little crazy, had a moment, snapped, and went to go buy a gun, and then realized that they weren't gonna be able to get a gun right away. They're just there, not thinking clear, blah, 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 and that close to making a snap decision. Well, this gives them 2 weeks to actually fucking think about it. Well, they might just stab the person. That is true. That is true. They may stab the person, but they may not. They may not. I don't know. And for me, I think it's okay. Just the chance that it might work out right. Look at Australia. Alright, you know, they banned most firearms, most handguns and semi-automatic weapons. And guess what? Gun violence went down drastically. So it's doing something. It's working for some people. It's not unreasonable to think there's a chance it could work here, and to me, it's worth it to at least look and consider some things like, hey, maybe just a little more restriction. Alright? I don't know why that's such an issue. Alright? I'm sure I have many people making comments and telling me, and yeah, why is the problem? And sure, great, go for it. And if you tell me something compelling, hey, maybe I'll change my mind. I don't know. I certainly don't claim to know everything, so, so, one of the things I want to talk about, other than that stuff, is, the, cisgender. By the way, I am one of those cisgender people, and no one on listening to this probably knows that, because no one I know has ever brought up the word. So, and I'm pretty sure they've never heard it. It's one of those, it's funny because I see this stuff on YouTube, and this terminology, these different ideas, these different things going on, and then you go on the real world and never hear about it. Not me, not the people I'm around, so I'm not sure how reflecting it really is of what's going on. You get kind of caught up in whatever bubble you happen to get caught up in. So I'm not like cruising college campuses or high school campuses or high schools or middle schools or anything. So I don't know. Maybe that's where it's all rooted. I don't. I do hear a lot of colleges. That's where it's at. Not the one I went to. I didn't hear about it, but doesn't mean it wasn't going on. Maybe I just didn't happen to meet those people. I don't know. Maybe it was just my college and was strange. But anyways, the cisgender thing is goes into that whole PC crowd, PC culture. That I know you know what that is. So cisgender is a term for people who, I guess, stuck with the gender that they were born with, right? So the normal people, and I don't mean that. Don't get all excited, rednecks. I'm not about to jump on your side, like losing me on that gun thing. Nah, you're gonna save yourself now, aren't you, boy? No, definitely not. Sorry, guys. I don't think you're my crowd. Hey, fucking maybe some of you guys you'll appreciate my bash on PC culture though, right? So you have to bear with me on the not transgender phobia, right? I hate that phobia. Well, I'm not saying there's not people who don't like transgender for whatever reason they don't. And they may even be right. It may be some kind of underlying fear. Probably is. I mean, hate is rooted in fear. Sure, blah, 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 blah. But, the way it just gets thrown around so much, and it's this, it's kind of an aesthetic thing, I guess, partly for me. That, plus it sounds arrogant. Oh, you're transphobic. Well, thank you. Well, I didn't think I was, but apparently you know me better than I know myself. Wow, and we just met! Or even better yet, we haven't met! And, fuck, you know already? Holy shit. Wow, you are very perceptive. Or a douchebag. Who knows which? But I like it. I think it's, uh, you know, it takes an extra step. Maybe that's their idea. Well, yeah, like I said, hate is rude and fear. I believe that. So it's taking an extra step. It's like, oh, let's just jump to here. Well, maybe we shouldn't. Actually, I don't think that's ever a good idea, really. I guess if you're writing a poem or something like that, or you're an artist, it's okay to do stuff like that, sure. But if we're trying to communicate with each other in a direct, reasonable way, where we're trying to understand each other, it's to me it's very harmful. It's extremely harmful. Don't skip steps. All right, and not that we even need the label. We don't need the label. That's the other thing. It's unnecessary. I swear I'm getting to what cisgender is because I know, like I said, I know there's a lot of people listening and they don't know what it is. I didn't know what it was. Right? I didn't. I've heard it like it's one of those things where I kind of heard it and I kind of like ignored it basically. Well, I mean, someone I was watching the Rubin Report and he was talking to Adam Carolla, and this is what like finally I'm like, dude, I've seen that a couple times. What the fuck is that? And I knew it. I just kind of walked in because I figured it's got it. Well, you gotta understand context. David Rubin is kind of going. He rails against PC culture, right? So that's a big part of what he does. And Adam Carolla, also not very PC. So he's on and he's like, said, oh, just kind of just joking with him, saying he's basically the worst kind of evil, which is a straight, white, cisgender male, which I am one, by the way. I know some of you had doubts, but no, I actually am. I actually am. But anyways, I saw that and I'm like, okay, this is a PC thing, obviously, because that's the narrative, that's the deal. And so I look it up, curious, alright, cisgender, to see what pops up. BuzzFeed. But somehow my sister's the only person who doesn't realize that BuzzFeed is part of the PC culture, and yeah, sorry, love you. And it's weird because I talked to her about it, and she somehow still doesn't see it, but that's okay. That's alright. I don't know what she's looking at. I give her shit, and she'll be so mad at me for putting this on here. But I didn't say which sister, by the way. I have a lot of fucking sisters, so it could be any of them. I have 5 sisters. It could be any one of them. They're all old enough. Alright? They're all old enough to drink. We'll put it that way, right? So it could be any of them. I'm gonna say which one. Oh no, she's still gonna be pissed. I know she is. It's like, oh, you just basically said I was stupid. I'm gonna say stupid, because I know BuzzFeed doesn't just do that stuff, the PC shit, and the terrible feminist shit and all that kind of thing. I know they don't do all that. I understand that. All right, but it's in there. It's definitely a big part. It's one of those. If you watch anything about that world, that's what gets brought up. If it's on the other side. But I mean, just look at BuzzFeed. Look at their videos too. They don't just do stuff online. Those terrible quizzes and they do new stuff too. They do a lot of stuff actually. But anyways, cisgender. All right, fine. Done evading. I'm not evading, but cisgender is like I said. I don't know why this, and this is part of my deal, so I don't know why this term exists or why we need it. Cisgender, which again, normal. Right? It is just kind of the default. This is where we start out. If it's something different, then okay, then say what that thing is, and that's fine. I don't care. I don't know why anybody cares. Who gives a fuck? Yeah, well, biology, there's some weird shit going on. How about those people with 2 dicks? I'm just kidding. I don't know. I'm sure it exists, but I know, you've heard of people with a dick and a vagina, so what the fuck you call them? What gender are they? I don't know. Well, they want to be, I guess. I don't know. What if they want to call themselves? Hey, it's fine by me. I don't know why anybody would care, but I guess some people do. Anyways, by the way, there are way cooler transsexuals than Caitlyn Jenner. I'm just saying. If you're looking for one, they're like, oh, well, hope on all cunts like that one. They're not, right? Look at Bailey J. By the way, be careful on that one. She's cool. Maybe look up on YouTube where she was on a Jim Norton show. There's only there's like 4 episodes of that. It was pretty good. It was alright. He didn't really have time to really, make it his own. Really, he started off still kind of figuring out what he was for this. What it was for him. He never done anything like that. Stand-up comedian, done a radio show. So but she's on there and she's funny and she has some other videos. She's funny. I mean, I don't think she's hilarious, but she seems cool. I got a good sense of humor. So they're out there. Some of them are pretty cool. And anyways, so to me, that word, putting that, it's just adding more stuff. It's unnecessary language. I don't like unnecessary language. Anyways, whatever the word is. So if we don't need the word, then let's not use the word. All right. Okay. We understand, unless you say otherwise, that you're gonna be quote unquote cisgender. Right? That's the default. We understand that. Okay. So we don't need that. We don't need to add a new word. All right. So sorry. Give me a second here. Well, I will say, maybe in the scientific community, there may be some purpose for it. How about that? I'll film that one. Alright? But in the social context, we do not need it. Now, I did see a video where they said that it could be a good thing because it would include people like me. And that LBGBTQA, I look it down because I forget sometimes. It used to be LBGT community. Man, those were the times, right? Which I think is a bit ridiculous. Can we just boil down to the word queer? Make it easy on all of us. Yeah, and that would be inclusive because everybody's got some queer thing about them, right? We all got some shit we can do, right? Right? We all got some weird stuff going on with ourselves. So it sounds inclusive, right? Queer, I mean, all the word means is weird, right? So I happen to be normal in a lot of ways, and I happen to be queer in a lot of other ways. So that's the idea. Although it all kind of has a sexual connotation, but they also at times argue not. So maybe that's why, that's so maybe just queer. Because I was gonna say sexually queer. I don't know, something like that. So, but the other thing I want to talk about beyond that word, I just thought it was kind of interesting. It really, it's crazy. Just, God, I have to try to remember. But it's like a whole list of shit to get to, like, what was it? Transgender, binary, swear there was more. Anyways, it's a lot of labels. It's like all these fucking labels, and it's insane. And then, then you look at and that's just, there's like 3 or 4 labels for their genders. I can't remember. Well, then there's no proper label for their sexuality at that point, I suppose. Oh, that was the other thing. The binary. I did want to talk about that. So, another word never heard of, but apparently it's a thing, and it's okay. I don't have a problem with it. I don't care. But it's the I don't know. Yeah, when you were looking at the gender, and there's like other option, or they start like I don't know, and it was funny. I saw it. I'm sorry. It just sounded absurd to me, and for my world, it was absurd because I understood myself, and things are simple, you know. And then you know, start seeing weird things, and you either adapt or I guess you sink. I adapt. You know, it's like, all right, I guess this is a thing now. Anyways, so this person, I watched this YouTube video, because I mean, this is where it all is. There's really, I feel the best way to kind of figure out about really what this world is and who these people are is really just to watch. Just go to YouTube, look up these terms, and you get kind of an idea of what their world is, because it's completely different than mine. This whole PC culture and the transgender and binary and all this stuff, I'm not part of it, so I don't understand it. So this gives me local ups to try to see it, what they see. But binary is, yeah, like I said, I don't know. They don't know what gender they are, and so I saw this video, and they're like, oh, you know, stuff cisgender say, or some, I don't know, some shit like that, and they were asking them questions, you know. To me, basic questions you would ask someone if they there's, you know, like some kind of mix up, what they call a girl. You're like, oh, okay, I'm sorry, sir, I'm not that either. And what bothered me so much about it is, even from that point, is I mean, yeah, they're like, oh, you know, it's okay, blah blah blah, I don't know, is what they say, and but there's still this kind of thing is where they seem to expect that the other person should just act like, oh, okay, and just walk on and act like it's normal. Right? Then they say, oh, it is normal. And sorry, it's not. I mean, again, I don't have a problem with it, but I'm not gonna say it's normal because it's not normal. Do they not understand what that word means? And being weird, being queer, all that stuff. There's nothing wrong with that. Right? I'm not saying there is. Everybody should be a little weird. Alright, so this is your weird thing. And that's okay. But if you want people, I mean, people gotta understand. And you should make an effort to help them understand if you want good, normal relationship with them. Okay? And think of this way. If it was anything, any weird thing that I did or I said, you know, and I'm just saying, really, any context, take it out of this and just say, take away context. This is one of those weird things where I'm saying, take context out, pretty much. It's normally I say we need more context, but in this case, take it out of context. Just think of, if you say something abnormal, something blah blah blah, and you don't explain yourself, then yeah, you are gonna have division on any topic, anything. So, and then the reason I say do that is because people are way too caught up in themselves. They're way too self-important, and you know, they're putting up these walls between themselves and other people, and then getting mad because other people are upset about the wall. It's like, well, you built it up. You know, you're putting these walls here. You can't even tell them You won't even explain what that word in detail. And part of explaining that is, well, tell them, hey, you got a penis. Also, why is that taboo? Why is that you know why is that a big deal? I don't get it. To me, that's a normal conversation. At work, are you kidding me? I don't know. I've never worked anywhere where we didn't talk about sex and talk about shit like that all the time. And what you want is to be treated differently. you know? And I don't understand that. You want to be treated differently, but you don't want to be treated differently. You gotta pick one. Okay? A normal interaction, if you drop something abnormal, they're gonna ask questions. Why would this? And if you refuse to ask questions, then they're gonna be like, "Oh, well, I guess they're really sensitive about this, right?" And you shouldn't be. Hey, it's your fucking thing, Hey, you're binary, whatever. Why is that upsetting? They just want to know what that is, and part of that is to understand the anatomy and understand that their anatomy has nothing to do with it. Because in a video, that's one of the questions they have the normal person asks, right? The cisgender. They ask, well, they did it like this, like they were just being subtle about it, which they probably would be. But and then when it got to that point to where it was a little, basically, do you have a penis question? Basically, where it's not quite that. I forget what it was, but it was something like that, where it's really obvious what they were asking, and they weren't being coy about it anymore. And then the person's like, "That is really rude." Well, welcome to the fucking world. Rude? No, you know what's rude? Talking on your phone while you're checking out. That's rude. There's a person in front of you. I know it's just a fucking clerk, but talking on a phone is fucking rude. Alright? Granted, they're just talking to you for, basic business purposes. You can put it that way. That's the best way I know how to put it. But, still, they're still a person. And you should not just ignore them while they're in front of you talking and trying to communicate with you. So I'm that's another podcast. I'm sick of phones, and I'll get into that another time. But anyways, so I guess pick one is my deal. You can either be a punk and put the walls up and they're gonna treat you a certain way, or you can join us, all right? And you're young, so that's kind of amazing to me. I never met a young person who didn't talk about sex all the time. But old people do too. I don't know. I don't know these people who don't talk about sex all the time. Thank God. I mean, other than my parents around me, and they still even slip it in a little bit. So, so that's get over it. Stop whining about it. That's what I gotta say. Like, either join us in the world and be part of it, or you can do your punk thing, but don't try to act like you're some, like it's like you're, it's that victim shit, and maybe you're getting your ass kicked and stuff like that, and there's bad things that happen to people like that, and fine, you stand up for it, that's wrong, or stand up against it, it's wrong, and it's fine, stand up for your rights, I'm all about that, okay, stand up for your rights, fight the good fight, right, I'm all about that, but this PC bullshit, no, I'm not gonna defend it, it's frustrating. No, I seem rather calm. Okay, this isn't really, it's annoying right now, more than anything. What was it? Something else I wanted to talk about. Well, there's a lot of things I want to talk about, and now I'm kind of losing some. Oh, trigger warnings. So, I think most people, again though, I started thinking of my crowd. I'm like, dude, they don't fucking know what trigger warning is either. Probably not. That it's kind of like, and it's interesting because I got this picked up. So when I was looking up a cisgender thing, I found out about this YouTuber. Her name's Milo Stewart, or his, her. I think it's his. I think, but if they're binary, then what the fuck? Then there wouldn't be any his or I don't know. Anyways, I'm not gonna get into that. So, in part of the video, they're talking about trigger warnings. They show like the label like parental advisory, R, you know, like for the movies, rated R. So basically, the contention there is to put those kind of labels and ratings on all content at all times, because it might upset people. Yeah. And the thing is, and to her, his, whatever the fuck. I'm sorry. It's hard. It's almost possible for you to say his because I hate to break it to them, but you seem way too feminine and girly to ever be. You know what I mean? Like, well, you sound like a girl. Alright, you don't sound. Maybe drop a couple octaves. Alright, I don't know. So it's because it's gonna be hard for me to say that unless I just met them and like spend years around them, and maybe I can pull it off eventually. Anyways, to their credit, they said, well, that the trigger warning, you know, hey, I'm not gonna be mad because you don't do it, and I don't necessarily think everybody should have to do it, but you know, they do it because you know, whatever they want to include, every blah 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 blah, and they I guess instead of talking to their therapist, so they don't feel like they need trigger warnings anymore. So at least it seems like they're not too aggressive about it. So I gotta give them credit. It sounds weird. It's talking about people. I'm not talking about people. I'm talking about a person. But I appreciate that. I still think it's bad, ultimately, because it's too soft. Alright? It's too soft. You gotta toughen up. Like, I don't know what world they're living in. You know? I mean, I guess it's probably the same world I live in because they have to go to therapy. Well, sweetheart, I'm not saying therapy doesn't do anybody any good or anything like that, but, you know, you gotta be able to get through the fucking day. You gotta. I don't know. Maybe they do need a good ass kicking. I don't know. Maybe they don't. Maybe that does make things worse. I have a problem with. I mean, I guess I do. I guess I do have a problem with soft people. I don't know. We all go through some shit. I went through shit. And you soldier on. I don't know. I don't know what to tell them. But I don't know. I don't know. Well, it's like, well, you know, just, you know, good thing you weren't born in the Middle East or something, you know, or Africa. That's all I gotta say. You know, you're locked out, honey. It's a good thing you're in America because they wouldn't put up with that shit, I tell you that. By the way, I realize this is gonna work a hell of a lot better when I have some other people to talk to. No, and you know, I wrote all these notes here that I keep looking at. I'm not getting too much of them. The other thing, so the trigger warning thing, here's the deal. Alright? Anything can be a trigger warning. Alright? It's not, just because if we literally took out, like, stuff like rape, murder, stuff like suicide. Actually, the main ones is rape and suicide. Those are the big ones, right? Pretty much. Although there's a couple, you know, certain words, cunt, queer, nigger, that stuff, faggot, all that stuff. So those words, that's another one. So that would be, bleep, beep, whatever it is. Beep. So that's what you have to cover up those words. Although I'm not sure why saying the N word, or I guess Q word if we're doing that, or the F word, uh, which could be confusing. You have to really do a good job putting context there, because, you know, otherwise I might say, you're talking about fuck. There's nothing wrong with fucking, right? Uh, anyways, so, oh man, now I lost my train of thought. Oh yeah, trigger warnings. Um, so you could do that. I mean, we bleep out that stuff mostly, not all of it. I mean, it's definitely toned down, but there's still a lot of stigma around those words and other words. But they want, and they want to take it further. Um, the warning, anything that involves talking about rape or suicide, those are the big ones for them. Okay, because apparently to them those are the only horrible things. Well, guess what? Yeah, I've never been raped, so I can't talk from that experience. So I don't know, but I figure it's a lot like anything, any traumatic bad thing that's happened to you. I don't know, like using the word traumatic, but anyways, any bad thing that's happened to you. So I had a friend commit suicide, and every time I hear the cult, really even when I see the word cult, somehow I just pops my head. It was one of his favorite bands, not his favorite band. So what are they gonna do? Where's my trigger warning for the band Cult? Well, I mean, that's the problem with this. You know, it's not gonna help anything by doing that. Okay, because there's no avoiding it. There's no avoiding it. It's out there. There are things that you're gonna see, and they're going to make you think of situations that have happened in the past that are upsetting. Hopefully, it's not all the time, and you don't go into fetal position every time these things happen, these things come up. But some people do, I guess. And there's nothing we can do about that. So, trigger warning, pointless. There are no safe spaces, okay? They don't exist. They never will, okay? Alright? Closest you can get is if you're single and you live by yourself in your apartment. Yeah, that could be a safe space for the most part. Until someone breaks in and kills you, or fucks your house up, or whatever else happens. Somebody, the landlord knocks on your door and says, "Get the fuck out," until that happens. But that's about as close as it's gonna get. And assuming you don't do anything in the house, of course. As long as you have no connection to that world, like you literally, can't read books, no, can't listen to music, can't watch TV, you just have to, if you sat there and twiddled your thumbs, as long as that's what you were doing, you could consider it a safe space. Yeah, sure. Maybe. Yeah. Unless, you killed a fly, fell down in a way that reminds you of, sorry, I have a bit of a situation here. Holy fuck, that is a big ass, nasty bug right there. Alright, let me specify. Like, oh, you pansy. Alright, fine, fuck it, I'm a pansy. Anyways, unless you, like, I don't know, killed a bug and it fell down and reminds you of a friend who jumped off a cliff. Anyways, there's no safe space, there's no pointed trigger warnings, and just you're gonna have to suck it up, buttercup. That's life. And you're fucking lucky if that's the worst thing about life. Is somebody saying something that might upset you. So, wait, did I say? Sorry, I had to pull back because I'm looking at my notes and I realized I said binary and I meant non-binary. There we go. Okay. I think this has probably been about long enough. Thank you, whoever might be watching. following my sister and a handful of friends. And see you later.